Under the pale glow of the African moon, the vast savanna breathes in silence, where every shadow hides uncertainty and every movement carries the quiet risk of survival. A herd of elephants moves steadily through the darkness, their massive forms blending into the night, each step deliberate, guided by instinct and memory across the endless land. At the very edge of the group, a young calf struggles to keep pace, its smaller legs tiring beneath the weight of the journey and the depth of the night. Its breathing grows heavier, slower, as distance begins to form between it and the safety of the herd moving ahead without realizing the growing gap. The mother senses the shift, her instincts tightening, but the darkness and movement of the herd pull her forward for just a moment too long. Hidden beyond the grass, beneath the cover of deep shadow, a pride of lions lies waiting, silent and patient, their eyes fixed on the weakest target. The night wraps around them like a shield, masking their presence as they watch the herd move, calculating the perfect moment to strike. One lioness lowers herself closer to the ground and begins to move, her body flowing silently through the grass, closing the distance without a sound. The calf slows again, its steps uncertain as the herd continues forward, unaware that the space behind them is becoming dangerously exposed. For a brief moment, the calf stands alone beneath the moonlight, surrounded not by safety, but by an unseen circle slowly tightening. It pauses, confused, lifting its head toward the dark horizon, searching for the shapes of its family that now seem too far away. From multiple directions, shadows begin to shift, the lions spreading wider, forming a coordinated perimeter around the vulnerable calf. The calf calls out softly, its voice thin and fragile, echoing across the savanna but failing to carry far enough to reach the herd. The lions respond not with sound but with movement, closing in with controlled precision, their focus locked onto the isolated target. The calf senses the change too late and begins to move, its steps quickening into panic, but direction has already been lost. Suddenly, the silence shatters as a lioness bursts forward from the darkness, transforming stillness into explosive violence in a single heartbeat. She leaps onto the calf's back, her weight driving it downward as dust erupts into the air beneath the cold moonlight. Before the calf can recover, more lions surge in, their bodies colliding into it, turning the attack into overwhelming force. The calf struggles to stand, its legs pushing against the ground, but the combined weight and pressure force it back down again. Claws grip into its skin as jaws snap close, and the night fills with the raw sound of fear and survival colliding. The calf thrashes wildly, kicking and twisting, its small body fighting with everything it has against the crushing strength of the predators. The lions tighten their hold, dragging the calf sideways, forcing it closer to the ground, attempting to secure control before resistance fades. Dust rises around them in chaotic waves, turning the scene into a storm of motion, shadows, and desperation beneath the moon. The calf's movements begin to weaken, its strength fading under the relentless pressure as the lions maintain their grip. For a moment, it lies pinned against the earth, its breathing shallow, its body trembling beneath the weight of the attack. Far ahead, the mother suddenly stops, her ears lifting sharply as a distant sound cuts through the night with unmistakable urgency. The herd slows with her, sensing the shift, their formation breaking as awareness spreads that something is wrong behind them. Back in the darkness, the lions drag the calf further away from the open ground, seeking deeper shadow to finish the hunt. The calf lifts its head weakly, its eyes searching, its voice barely rising as it calls out one more time into the night. That sound reaches the mother, and in that instant, something inside her changes completely. She turns without hesitation, her massive body pivoting with sudden force, fear transforming into unstoppable determination. Then she runs, her steps crash against the earth, sending vibrations through the ground as she charges back into the darkness. Behind her, the herd follows, first uncertain, then committed, drawn by instinct, sound, and the urgency of the moment. The lions feel it before they see it, a low rumble building beneath the ground, growing stronger with every second. They hesitate, just briefly, their focus shifting between the prey they hold and the threat now approaching in speed. The calf, barely conscious, lifts its head slightly, sensing the tremor of something powerful returning through the night. The ground begins to shake more violently, the rhythm of heavy footsteps rolling across the savanna like distant thunder. Then, from the darkness, the herd emerges, massive forms crashing forward, breaking through the shadows with overwhelming force. The lions scatter momentarily, their formation disrupted as the calm precision of the hunt collapses into chaos. But not all retreat. One lion holds its position, growling fiercely, unwilling to surrender the prey it has fought to bring down. The mother reaches the scene and drives forward, her entire focus locked onto the calf lying beneath the predators. With explosive force, she strikes, her trunk and tusks slamming into the nearest lion, sending it crashing backward. Another elephant charges in from the side, its massive body forcing space between the calf and the attacking lions. The remaining lions circle, still dangerous, still searching for an opening as the balance of power shifts. The calf lies motionless for a moment, then moves slightly, proof that life has not yet been taken. The mother steps over it, positioning herself between her calf and the pride, her presence becoming an unbreakable barrier. The herd closes in around them, forming a tightening circle, their bodies creating a wall of protection against the predators. The lions test the edges, darting in and out, looking for weakness, but finding only strength and unity. One makes a final leap, desperate and fast, aiming for the gap between the mother and her calf. The response is immediate and brutal. The mother lashes out with full force, striking the attacker and driving it violently back into the darkness. The herd advances as one, pushing forward, their combined strength overwhelming the remaining resistance of the pride. The lions begin to retreat, slowly at first, then faster, their confidence breaking under the sheer force of the elephants. Still, they linger at the edges, watching, waiting, calculating whether the risk is worth another attempt. But the herd holds firm, unyielding, their formation tight, their intent clear. This hunt is over. The calf stirs again, its legs trembling as it tries to rise, its body weak but still fighting to stand. The mother lowers her trunk gently, touching it, guiding it upward with quiet urgency and reassurance. Slowly, unsteadily, the calf finds its footing, leaning into the support surrounding it on all sides. The herd remains still for a moment, watching the darkness, ensuring the threat has truly passed. One by one, the lions fade into the grass, their shapes dissolving back into the night from which they came. Silence returns, but it is no longer the same silence as before. It carries the weight of what nearly happened. The mother stays close to the calf, her body pressed near, her presence constant, protective, unyielding. The herd begins to move again, slowly, carefully, maintaining a tight formation around the recovering calf. Each step is measured, each movement deliberate, as they leave behind the place where survival was tested. The moon hangs above them, casting soft light across the land as the night continues on. The calf walks beside its mother, still shaken but alive, held within the safety of the herd. Behind them, the battlefield fades into shadow, becoming just another memory carried within the wild. The mother glances back once more, her eyes scanning the darkness, knowing that danger never truly disappears. Then she turns forward again. The herd continues its journey, moving together across the vast savanna, stronger for what they have endured. In the wild, survival is never certain and weakness is always watched. But sometimes, in the face of darkness, something greater rises. Not just strength, but the will to return and the power to stand together.